Welcome back, beautiful soul. We are on lesson 6 of our inner child healing series. This lesson is about boundaries and self protection. Okay. We're creating our inner authority, right? The intention is to teach our inner child that protection is now available. Okay. You are here and protection is now available. So, we're going to work on just a general overview of some boundaries and self protection. All right. As we know as children, we lack the power to say no, right? So if our caregiver is not promoting us to say no, or they tell us no is not an option, we don't feel safe to say it, right? And then as adults, we often continue that to abandon ourselves in order to keep the peace, right? So we know we continue this not saying no habit. I was going to say no to no. So we're not allowing ourselves to say no as adults because we weren't allowed to as children, if that makes sense. So in this week's practice, we're going to practice saying yes to yourself and no to what doesn't deserve you. Okay. So we're setting boundaries, yes to ourselves and no to what doesn't serve us. If setting boundaries feels uncomfortable, it may be because your nervous system associated it with conflict or even a loss of connection. So that means oftentimes as a child, when we showed we didn't like something, maybe the caregiver withdrew, and that was their way of showing, hey, I'm not going to give you connection if you don't comply with my demands, right? Which is a very unhealthy way of being, right? Imagine offering your inner child protection now, right? In the way that feels safe, it feels loved, it feels protected, okay? I want you to begin by picturing that inner child version of yourself that we're picturing throughout this series, right? I want you to picture her at this vulnerable moment. And I want you to say within yourself, I am safe and I can protect myself. You're reminding her, we're here now. I am safe and I can protect myself. Okay. Boundaries aren't walls. They're essentially acts of love. They're basically saying, I want to keep the good contents in and keep the bad contents out. Even at the basic level, our cells have that ability to do that, to keep the good contents in and keep the bad contents out. Think of boundaries like a cell wall, right? Some areas are semi-permeable and some things can get through a lot easier. Well, we are now reinforcing those walls so that our walls know what's safe to come in and what's not safe to come in, right? Because as children, we lack the power to set the boundaries. We often adapt, right? And if our adaptations say just let things go, let them pass, then that's how we're going to continue to carry ourselves, right? And so when we continue to abandon ourselves in order to avoid conflict, rejection, or discomfort, this is teaching us that we're still unsafe, right? And so we're creating our own internal conflict as an adult, even though we've grown up. It's just old habits that are residual showing up in our lives. Again, reminding ourselves that these boundaries are not a wall. A boundary is simply saying, this is how I'm going to navigate should you choose to do this. So if you choose to raise your voice, I will walk away. A boundary does not allow me to impose on someone else to not raise their voice. Unless it's your child, you can have that standard, right? There's a house standard because you're a parent in this situation, but it's also to stay with your child as well, because I have adult children. If you keep this level of conflicting voice or way of navigating this situation, I'm going to remove myself and I will come back when we're able to do this calmly. Okay. But my boundary cannot include an expectation of how they will take it or how they will respond. So we do have to prepare ourselves for that. But knowing that we're protecting ourselves is the number one guide. You may feel a lot of feelings, fear of rejection, fear of shame because you weren't taught to have this boundary, that it's okay to have. You may have so many feelings arise. And those are the moments that we sit, like we learned in lesson before, to sit with our emotions, to allow them to be present and to allow them to pass. Oftentimes when we feel these anxieties when setting up boundaries, we just need to give ourselves some space after it happens, right? Do the boundary and give ourselves some space, because our monkey brain is going to come online and it's going to tell us all these things and all these old ways of thinking and lies, right? And we have to give ourselves some space breathe into it, have a healing practice applied so that we can learn to feel more comfortable with boundaries in ourselves. Okay. Moving on to our guided practice for this week, we are going to breathe into ourselves. Okay. We're going to remind ourselves that boundary awareness practices are necessary. And this is not a know-it-all perfection. You are going to learn as you go. And you're even going to learn how to perfect your boundaries. They may not be pretty in the beginning. You may not fully understand them. And sometimes you may say, hey, I really let my boundary down. But this is all a practice. So, beloved, begin by sitting comfortably and just finding your breath and breathing in nice and slowly. I want you to begin to relax your body. I will slow down my rhythm of speech so that we can relax into this moment. Bring awareness to your body and your breath. I'd like us to take 3 slow, deep inhales and exhales, beginning now. And release. And another. And release. Last one. And release. Sitting comfortably, stay with your breath. If it feels good, you can relax your arms at your side. You can put a right hand over your heart and your left hand over your womb. We're going to close our eyes and we're going to follow our breath. And we're going to go back to that younger version of ourselves in that timeline. Any age of your younger version of self at this time, we're going to recall a situation you felt overextended, like you didn't want to do something, or you were being pressured to do something that didn't feel aligned with you, or even a time you felt uncomfortable, like it wasn't supposed to be happening or you didn't want to do it. I want you to recall that situation. Remind yourself you are safe in this time, here and now, but you are recalling the memory of a time in your childhood that you felt overextended or uncomfortable. Where did you feel overextended or uncomfortable, beloved? And I want you to ask, what did I need in that moment? What did I need in that moment? What was she needing in that moment? Did she need somebody to come and remove her from the situation? Did she need somebody to give her permission to say no? Did she need somebody to give her permission to not enter the situation? Did she need somebody to give her awareness? What did she need in that moment? Stay with your breath, beloved. Stay with your breath. Stay with your harmony. Stay with the vision. When did you feel overextended and uncomfortable? And what did you need in that moment? What did I need in that moment? What did I need? Okay. Imagine offering that need now to her. You are offering this need being met calmly and firmly to her. You are reaching out. Imagine that you have this nice treasure box in your hand. You are handing her the treasure box of that need being met calmly, breathing, breathing, breathing. What need did I need in that moment? And you are offering this treasure box. And it opens up with light inside and it gives her the need, the answer to her need being met in this moment. Imagine her taking that key, taking that glow, taking that light, taking that strength, taking that help. Her need is being met at this moment. Her need is being met. Stay with your breath, beautiful soul. Stay with your breath. In this moment, that need is being met. Stay with your breath. Take one deep cleansing breath here. And exhale. Opening your eyes, coming back to center. recognizing that you are in the here and now and that you are able to protect her, that your boundaries are able to be put into place, and that your no can coexist with safety. Your no can coexist with safety. Some journal prompts I want to offer to you. We're going to go through 5 journal prompts for this week. I want you to really set into them. If you want to go through each journal prompt each day throughout the week, Monday through Friday, or if you want to do them all and then just keep looking over what's coming up for you through the week. All right. Number 1, where do I struggle to set boundaries? Okay. What's an area I struggle to set boundaries? Right? Is there a person, that I struggle to set boundaries with? Is it in my parenting? Is it at work? Is it with leadership relationships? Is it with hierarchical relationships? When somebody's above me, I struggle to set a boundary. Is it with people that I feel like I owe something to? I struggle to set a boundary. Where do I struggle to set boundaries? Journal prompt number 2. What am I afraid will happen if I say no? What comes up? Where do I feel afraid of what will happen when I say no? Will that no cause me a loss of friendships? Will people reject me? Will I no longer be a part of the club? Why am I no longer a part of the family? What am I afraid will happen if I say no? Okay. Journal prompt number 3. How did I learn about boundaries growing up? Okay, who showed me? How did I learn about boundaries growing up? What were my earliest role models? What did they show me? How did I learn about these boundaries? Were my parents keeping boundaries? Were those around me keeping boundaries? Did anybody keep boundaries? How did I learn about boundaries growing up? Journal prompt number 4. What does self-protection look like for me today? Okay. How have I learned to self-protect myself? What does self-protection look like for me today? Right? We're just acknowledging, as I shared before, we're putting a pin in the map to see where we're at with this. It doesn't mean this is how we have to do things. I don't have to always stay in Ireland, right? I have a whole map before me. I know I'm pinned in the map in Ireland. Guess what? I want to go to Canada. Now I know I'm in Ireland. I can map out how to get there. So the question in journal prompt number 4 is, what does self-protection look like for me today? Right? I'm acknowledging and seeing how it shows up, what self-protection looks like for me today. Okay. Journal prompt number 5. How can I honor my limits with compassion? Sometimes when we're coming out of this trauma, in this trauma healing inner child work, we have a little bit more limits in the beginning. We may be a little more cautious, and that's okay. We're going to learn, and we allow people in closer that acknowledge those limits. Does that make sense? When you come across somebody who's pushing those limits, right? Maybe, for example, this is a perfect example. I have done my inner child healing work, and I'm continuing to do my inner healing work. But I remember coming across somebody who ultimately was pushing their own narrative and made the statement to me, well, how long are you going to do that? When I was sharing that I'm in a quiet space, and my weekend times are in this quiet space of processing. And it was, how long are you going to do that? Why do you need to do that? I mean, that doesn't seem normal. Listen, you do you, boo. I'ma do me. How can you honor your limits with compassion? If you have a limit of time, honor that with compassion. Okay? And honor the fact that you don't have to stay there, right? You can grow. Life is fluid. But ask yourself, how can I honor my limits with compassion? You are now you in this age, honoring you with compassion. You deserve that, beloved. You deserve that. All right. Moving on to our daily soul work practice. This is a good one. I gotta adjust. Our daily soul work practice. Practice one gentle boundary. Okay. Even internally, maybe it's a boundary with yourself, right? But we're going to practice one gentle boundary this week. So if you want to look up boundary building, boundary creation, And I'll probably create like a free list for you all. Matter of fact, I'll do that. So you can download like a way to create a boundary. A boundary is a way of saying, if this occurs, this is how I'm going to move, right? Okay. If the light is green, I'm going to go straight. If the light is red, I'm going to stop. If the light is yellow and I know it lasts longer than a minute, I'm going to roll through. I always have to add some humor, y'all, but seriously, practice one gentle boundary this week, okay? Even if it's internally for yourself, because the self-protection is what's going to also build trust. And we're building trust so that we know we are safe and that inner child could kind of come out from hiding, be incorporated into all the parts of us, right? And know that she is safe, okay? Moving on to the affirmation this week. I like this one. I protect myself with love, okay? I protect myself with love. What does that look like for you? I protect myself with love. Just remind yourself when you have to set a boundary and in that moment and shame rises up, you're going to remind yourself, I protect myself with love. That's okay. You get to protect you, okay? If you don't, who will? All right, beloved soul, congratulations. This is the end of part 6 of our 7-part inner child healing series. And you all have been doing phenomenal. I hope the healing has been going amazing. I hope you've been doing your work and not just watching me like a person on your screen, because I want you to heal. The more of us that are healed, the more of us can change and impact the world for the greatest and better good. Okay. As always, if you've been enjoying this content, give a thumbs up, share with a friend so they can come along the journey with us, and subscribe so we can build the community we need out here. We are going to continue on with our journey with the last lesson, lesson 7, where it's integration and self-love. Beloved soul, I am so incredibly proud of you. I recognize that a lot of people do not take the time to do this work. A lot of people do not take the time to seek healing because they don't find it useful. And I am incredibly proud of you for taking this time to choose you, to choose your soul, not only for you, but for the generations after you. I'm incredibly proud. I love you, love the one you're with first, and I'll see you in the next one. Blessings.